Hi, I'm Ali. Today I'm going to read you a story called Feelings. Are you ready to listen? Okay, I'm going to read you the story. Feelings. Chapter 1 Miss Horsewood takes control. Okay, everyone, settle down, Miss Horsewood boomed. She clapped her hands high above her head. This made her underworms wobble. Beatrice and Brooke giggled. Miss Horsewood was a small woman, but she had a very big nose. Her long ponytail swished about like she was chasing away flies. Miss Fozzie was away this morning, she explained, so I shall be teaching you. Miss Horsewood's ponytail swished sharply. Nelson ducked out of the way just in time. Miss, I need to go to the toilet, said Bruno. Not now, Bruno, sighed Miss Horsewood. Back to your seat, but Back, boomed Miss Horsewood. I saw you go to the toilet 5 minutes before the bell went. Bruno flopped into his seat. Miss Horsewood walked around the classroom. Her ponytail swished its weight as she walked. Miles, sit in the seat properly. Ruby, put your pencil down. Ming, put the book away. Rahib and Leon, stop talking. He, eyes to me. Brooke and Beatrice, stop giggling, or I will separate you. Holly, put whatever you are chewing into the bin. And Nelson, the Horsewood turned to face him, stop pulling faces right now. Everyone did as they were told, even Nelson. Chapter 2. Ew. Thank you, class, said Miss Horsewood, smiling. Miss Fazio has left us a very interesting task this morning. We are going to write poems about our feelings. The whole class groaned. Nelson rolled his eyes. Beatrice and Brooke giggled. Ruby went, ew. Bruno put his hand up. No, Bruno, you may not go to the toilet, said Miss Horsewood. Bruno put his hand down. Leon poked Rahib and pointed at Holly. Holly was smiling. Leon poked Nelson and pointed at Holly. Holly saw Leon, Rahib, and Nelson staring at her and stopped smiling. Right, continued Miss Horsewood. I would like you to think about feeling. And think about what the feelings look, smells, and sounds like. She looked out at a class of blank faces. Does anyone have a feeling they would like to write about? Everyone sat still, not saying a word. Finally, Bruno put up his hand. Yes, Bruno, asked Miss Horsewood. Love, said Bruno. Beatrice and Brooke giggled. Miss Horsewood glared at them, then they stopped. Love is a wonderful feeling to write a poem about, Bruno. What does everyone think love looks like? It's fuzzy and cuddly, said Holly. It's red like cherries, says Rahim. It feels like all the good things that you've ever done coming back to you, said Bruno. Very good, gushed Miss Horsewood. Now, I want you all to try writing a poem. A whole class of bottoms shift in their seats. Think deeply about your feelings. Don't write your name on your poem. When we're done, just drop it in the basket on my desk. We will read them all without knowing who wrote each one. Everyone got to work except Nelson. Chapter 3 Nelson's Volcano. Is there a problem, Nelson? Asked Miss Horsewood. No, said Nelson causally. Then why aren't you working on your poem? Because my feelings don't take orders, explained Nelson. They don't like poetry. Do you feeling like detonation? Asked Miss Horsewood. Nelson picked up his pencil and stared at his blank piece of paper. One by one, each student finished writing both their poem and put it in the box at Miss Horsewood's desk. Then it was time to read them out. Ruby had a poem about feeling bored. Miles had a poem about feeling giggly. Ming read a poem about feeling tired. Nelson read a poem about feeling yellow. Leon read a poem about feeling yellow. Bruno had a poem about feeling nervous. Nelson, can you read your poem you have? Asked Miss Horsewood. Nelson shuffled into the front of the class. He tried not to look excited by the poem he had picked up from her box. This poem is about feeling alone. Nelson began. Alone looks like space. It smells like yesterday. It feels quiet and peaceful. I feel like I'm floating and free. Bravo! Cried Miss Horsewood, clapping and making her underworms wobble. Holly smiled proudly. Nelson laughed and looked at her as he sat down. Holly looked fiercely at Nelson. Holly, can you read your poem, please? Asked Miss Horsewood. Nelson noticed that Holly had been smiling right up until she unfolded the poem she had picked. No, replied Holly flatly. I've got a poem about nothing. Nothing can be a feeling, said Nelson. Maybe you just don't have feelings, said Holly. Yes, I do, said Nelson, feeling hurt. I have loads. doesn't look like it, says Holly. I've got a piece of paper that I know is yours. It has nothing, nada, zip, zero, stitch on it. No words and no feeling. Nelson looked like a volcano or feeling about to explode. Nothing is a feeling that has no words, yelled Raheem. Please read your poem, suggested Miss Horseblood. No, cried Nelson. I have thousands of feelings. I'll prove it. What about that's enough nonsense, said Miss Horseblood. But Nelson's feelings didn't take orders. Nelson's volcano began to erupt. His feelings exploded like the classroom. I've been angry, squashed, crowded, and not listened to bullied, loud, bored, jumpy, yellow, tricky, hot, jolly, confused, powerful, laughed, annoyed, frustrated, lost, but busy, ticklish, weepy, spacey, scared, muddled, late, odd, big, lazy, bossy, crazy, sunny, wiggly, purple, brave, bored, jealous, silly, messy, hungry, tired, blue, content, wonderful, giggly, squirmy, and wiggly, miffed, free, sneezy, trapped, like jelly, full, floaty, sneaky, forgetful, frantic, green, seek, sad, mad, joyful, boastful, wild, filled with glee, overwhelmed with me. Nelson took a deep breath. I feel nothing. I feel everything. Chapter 4, Not So Alone. After lunch, Miss Fozzie returned. No one said a word about feelings. Everyone did math except Nelson. Miss Horseblood spent the afternoon sitting with him. Together, they wrote poems about Nelson's many feelings. Nelson even wrote a poem to Holly. Okay, and today I read you a story called Feelings. Okay, and thank you for seeing this video. Bye!